Today, I want to show you some unique villages in China. The first stop is a place called Erya Village. Some people in this small village have already embraced modern culture. However, what's remarkable is that it has a history of 400 years and features rare beehive-shaped buildings in the world. At the same time, they have their own writing system called Dongba script, which is a pictographic writing representing the unique Naxi culture. Here, let's take a look at this ancient village with a long history. This village was built in the Ming Dynasty and has a history of over 400 years. In this village, houses are closely built along the mountain, presenting a magnificent momentum. People live on this mountain range just like beehives. Now, there are more than 170 households living here. Their houses are very close to each other, so much so that every household is adjacent and interconnected. The rooftops of each house are connected. If you're not afraid of heights, you can explore the entire village from the rooftop perspective. On the paths of this ancient town, we can sense a mysterious and ancient atmosphere. The houses here are built with mud and stones and have 3 floors. The first floor is where livestock live, because due to inconvenient transportation, some people still use horses to transport household timber and supplies to this village. On the second floor, we can see the living area, which is what we call the living room. The villagers here will entertain guests on the second floor, and this is also where they cook and carry out their daily family life. The local villagers are extremely warm-hearted. Wherever we enter a villager's house, they will warmly receive us and offer us some sweet and sour wine. I'm even a little tipsy. In this family, the host is learning the Dongba script. Besides the Dongba script, the Dongba culture also includes Dongba scriptures, Dongba paintings, Dongba dances, Dongba music, etc. Together, they form the Dongba culture with religion at its core, a very rare culture in China. Here, we were also fortunate enough to try on the local Naxi ethnic minority costumes. When leaving, you can comfortably experience the life of the local residents. The next day, we started to enjoy the natural scenery and rural life in this village. Here we could see countless ducks playing in the paddy fields, a sight rarely seen in cities. Here, people have started the autumn harvest. They gather the rice from the fields and then use the method of beating to remove the husks and obtain the rice. At the same time, in the distance, we could see numerous elderly people and children. On this day, we also participated in a local wedding. At the wedding, we could see the Dongba people wearing traditional Naxi costumes, singing and dancing. It was very lively. Such scenes basically appear in some festive places. Everyone holds a hand, beaten drum, and moves freely with the wind, which is also a wonderful sight for understanding some of China's traditional folk culture. Next, we'll head to Yunnan. The first stop is the inevitable Lugu Lake. In Lugu Lake, you can see one of the most beautiful freshwater lakes in China. You can take a boat to experience the scenery on the lake. It's extremely natural and pure, a rare and beautiful sight. Then, we'll go to the ancient city of Dali, which is perhaps one of the most commercialized ancient cities in China. At the same time, we can experience the unique tile-roofed architecture in Yunnan. As we walk through the streets and alleys, we can experience the local people's lives. There are numerous lakes, windmills, etc., for us to feel the local culture. Here, we can also see very beautiful succulents, as well as various plants and flowers. Yunnan, with its unique features, shows great characteristics and diversity in terms of flowers and green plants. We can completely immerse ourselves in this beautiful historical scenery and enjoy the local natural scenery and cultural features while watching people singing and dancing. Here we can see a street decorated by umbrellas, as well as various traditional decorations. There are also many memorial halls where we can experience the splendid culture of Yunnan and various ancient building complexes. Of course, you can also stroll leisurely on the streets of the ancient city of Dali in Yunnan, looking at these beautiful flowers and plants and experiencing the unique scenery of Yunnan. The most famous thing here is the hot pot. You can taste various mushroom-based hot pots here, and they all taste great. At the same time, you can experience the different sceneries in Yunnan, which are all very distinctive. Every place here can be a great photo-taking spot. No wonder everyone likes Yunnan so much. There are countless food stores and various restaurants in the streets and alleys here. You can leisurely experience the local cuisine in Yunnan. Whether it's steamed pot chicken, snacks, or mushroom hot pot, they are all very easy to get used to. At the same time, you can freely participate in the singing and dancing activities in the streets and alleys of Yunnan. There are numerous artists here hosting concerts of all sizes. Entering any restaurant, you can see such beautiful natural landscapes and flower arrangements. You can also visit various bookstores and join the singing and dancing on the street. This is also what makes Yunnan so interesting. People here are enthusiastic about singing and dancing. Regardless of language, ethnicity, or skin color, everyone can freely feel and join in their dances. Whether it's your first time dancing, the second time, or you've never danced before, you can naturally join in. Next, we'll go to Dong Village in Dali. This Dong Village is located in Guizhou Province. Generations of villagers have lived by the mountains and possess rich embroidery and weaving skills. Here, we can visit local embroidery workshops and try to embroider our own patterns or even a piece of clothing. The local women are especially fond of singing and dancing. They wear traditional silver ornaments on their heads, which are highly characteristic of the ethnic group. Also, we can see that the locals love to don traditional costumes, often their finest ones, while singing and dancing. The next morning in this Dalidong village, we can wake up to a very beautiful scene. We can put on local clothing and stroll through the streets and alleys to enjoy the natural scenery. Here, we can leisurely immerse ourselves as tourists, observing the locals fishing and enjoying the flowers. We can fully indulge in the local scenery. There, we can take a look at the unique wooden buildings. The locals are very warm-hearted, and the climate is very pleasant, staying at around 25 degrees Celsius all year round. Moreover, the local natural environment is excellent, attracting various living organisms. We can communicate with the local uncles and aunts, the villagers. They also sell some handicrafts they made themselves. For example, I think this bag is really nice and cute. Walking in the ancient village in the evening, with the gentle breeze caressing our faces, everything feels so natural and peaceful. Next, in the evening, we can watch some local song performances. Here, people light a bonfire and gather around it. Women, children will sing around the bonfire. For the local Dong people, fire is a very sacred symbol, which brings them a prosperous life. The next morning in Dali village, we can see numerous people living in harmony with nature in the vicinity. This village is home to a rich collection of cultures and civilizations. First, in the Dong village of Dali, we can see countless Dong-style buildings standing here. We can even hear our own breathing in this space. Entering the Dali Dong village, we can experience the uncanny workmanship of nature. Here, ancient buildings stand in the village by the stream, and water quietly flows over the stones. People here enjoy the traditional way of dyeing their unique fabric into indigo color with water. The elderly also relish this traditional life. Walking in these wooden courtyard buildings, we can sense the culture passed down for centuries. By the ancient books, beside the river, and near the altar, we can see that the locals integrate an open-minded and optimistic attitude into their Dong-style songs and dances, which is really cute and charming. Meanwhile, walking through this village, we can see ancient springs and wells everywhere. There are many ancient Namu trees in this village, with an average age of about 100 years. Here, we can also participate in the local farming activities and experience how to harvest and plant rice. The transportation here is very convenient, allowing us to explore every corner of the village and experience the local natural life. On the last day, we will take part in their unique hospitality event, the Long Table Banquet. Here, everyone sits around the long table and enjoys the unique local scenery. We can also fully savor the delicious mountain food and enjoy the natural scenery of this Dong village. The children here are very cute and curious about their staple food. At the same time, we can try embroidery ourselves. Some of these embroideries, when nailed on cowhide cloth, can be passed down for centuries. In ancient times, the local Miao people embroidered the history on cowhide cloth, telling the stories passed down from generation to generation. This is a very unique historical site. Here, many ethnic minority women use the embroidery in their hands to support their families. That's all for this 10 days travel plan of China Unique Villages. If you are very interested in traveling in China, you can subscribe to us. We will provide you with more travel guides and suggestions to offer you the best travel experience in China.